This year marks the 110th anniversary of the execution of Edith Cavell in Brussels. The director of the first professional nursing school in Belgium, Edith chose to remain in Brussels in the midst of the German invasion and occupation rather than seeking safety at home in Norfolk. She knew that she and her nurses would be needed to care for the wounded on both sides of the conflict. She saw her duty as a humanitarian and a Christian to care for anyone and everyone in need, regardless of whether in the eyes of the world they were her enemies or her friends. That same commitment to care meant that she became caught up in an underground network enabling Allied soldiers caught behind enemy lines to escape to neutral territory. For this she was arrested by the Germans, tried and executed on 12th of October 1915. After the war, her body was brought back here to Norwich Cathedral for burial. On the night before she died, the Anglican chaplain in Brussels, an Irish priest, the Revd Sterling Gahn, visited her in her cell and celebrated Holy Communion with her, a scene captured by Irish artist Brian Whelan as one of the cathedral's series of paintings on the Passion of Edith Cavell. In this intimate scene, the crucified Christ emerges from the raised chalice, showing not only that in Holy Communion Edith and Sterling were participating in Christ's sacrifice on the cross, but also that she was going to follow in the footsteps of Jesus to her own death. Like him, she had chosen to give up her life in order that others might live. As we commemorate the 110th anniversary of Edith's death, we too will be celebrating Holy Communion, recognizing that in the sacrament of the altar, the living and the departed, earth and heaven, are united in Christ regardless of our separation in time and space. This year, the descendants of Sterling Gahn have generously loaned the cathedral the very same communion set that he used in Edith's prison cell that night, and we will be using those same vessels in our worship here. In this chapel of the Holy Innocents, so reminiscent of a prison cell, worshippers will have the opportunity to drink from the very same chalice that Edith drank from that fateful night, drawing us into an ever closer communion with her. Today, nurses and doctors and other humanitarian workers continue the work that Edith did in the most dangerous and violent places in our world, recognizing the humanity which we all share as they bravely attend to the needs of combatants and civilians alike. May they and we never forget the prophetic words Edith spoke that night after communion. As I stand before God in eternity, I realize that patriotism is not enough. I must have no hatred or bitterness towards anyone. She, knowing herself to be forgiven and redeemed in God's love, extended that love and forgiveness to all people and to those who were about to kill her. May God enable us to follow her example.